And we had a lot of late-breaking programming changes, which is always a lot of fun for me because I've been doing this for 25 years, and it's fun because every day is different, every day is fun, and it's especially fun for me when I'm going to have my friend Aaron Berger back. And you know very well, whether you've seen me here at HSN or not, the 17-inch laptops are really my top pick because they're harder for us to get into inventory. Bigger is better when it comes to a screen size. But not only that, we are doing our #1 name, actually several #1 names. HP is our #1 brand here at HSN. They are also the #1 brand or name when it comes to laptops in America. And then maybe you've heard of a little old company, Intel. Uh-huh. I know. So this has Intel inside, plus it is a feature price as we debut it tonight. We are honoring free shipping. It's also on a 5-pay flex pay of a little over basically $110 on your credit card. 12-month VIP financing, in which case it makes it only $45.83 on your credit card. And then all you do is pick your color of choice. So we have the gold, we have the rose gold, and then we also have the jasmine blue. But we can't do these shows without my friend Aaron Berger, who after a very busy day yesterday, actually a very busy weekend, was kind enough to allow us to debut this here tonight. I love you back, you know that, Mr. Heart you big time. By the way, I know I don't want to put any shade on the computer, but can I tell you, I might be just as excited, maybe even more excited about the Bose speaker.
We're gonna have so much fun. Wait till you.
I know.
You probably watched the show earlier because you're an addict. I know.
True.
But I know. But it's when you guys see the demonstration of what that Bose speaker does for your television with that soundboard. But and how many do we have left, Shannon?
Not a lot, Mister.
Not many,
right?
Which,
in fact, Michelle is going to be launching a brand new Perlier today's special at midnight. So I know Michelle's always really great. She's always here and ready to go. But that might happen a little bit earlier rather than later.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So that is going to be coming up with my professional musician and partner in crime, Aaron Berger. But right now, this is new. It was saved for us.
Yes.
And
yes.
Now, the day itself was devoted to crafting and DIY. And I mention that only in as much as when I say bigger is better, boy, oh boy, I do a lot of streaming. I like to stream, of course, food shows and recipes. I love to, sit in front of the computer and watch my favorite films or stream my favorite TV shows. But doggone it, if you are doing DIY, and in particular if you're doing crafting or design, then that bigger screen is better, especially if you're loading Cricut Design Space and you really want to be able to see those designs that you're creating. This is, you know what it reminds me of, Aaron? It reminds me of the computer screens that even our graphic and visual teams use here at HSN.
Very much.
Because I can tell you right now, when they're doing graphics and things like that, they're not working on a little itty bitty screen. Now,
right.
I'm not saying you have to use this, only for gaming and graphics and creating your own designs.
Right.
But if you are one of our Cricut fans or Gemini fans, our Crafter's Companion fans, and you are interfacing with those apps, then doggone it, bigger is better, but it's also a better price, isn't it?
It's the value is out of this world. The value speaks for itself. 17.3-inch computers have been extremely difficult for us to get. They're very honestly, they're never easy to get. We never get quite as many as we wish we were able to get in the course of a given year. But during the pandemic, they've been darn near impossible. I can count on one hand the number of times I've had any 17-inch computer this year, let alone one that is from HP, the #1 selling computer manufacturer in America, let alone with Intel inside. Bum, 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 bum. In about 20 minutes, we're going to be talking about Bose, and then we'll really talk about my musical background. But bum, 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 bum. Intel is inside here, the #1 processor company in the entire world, the best of the best of the best. This is Windows 10 Home Edition, so it's the latest version of the Windows operating system with Cortana built in, so you can talk to your computer with the latest web browser built in, the Edge web browser, easier to edit online, safer to use. And to Shannon's point, this has been a big craft day for us. I like watching the craft days just to listen to Sarah Davies talk, to tell you the truth, because I love her accent so much. But over the years, of my 15 years here and all the years I've had with Shannon, On our craft days, very often the 17.3-inch computer is extremely popular because you guys know art and design, and the size of the screen and really being able to see what you're doing, I know is incredibly important to you, and of course it's important to all of us. Whether you're using this as a work computer, whether you're using it as a school computer, whether it's a play computer, whether it's for gaming, whatever it's for, you're really getting one of the best available anywhere. And one other quick thing before I'm going to dive into the Intel processor. I'm going to dive into the solid state drive, one of the largest solid state drives we've ever seen, coupled with literally the largest screen we do on any laptop, period. But I want to point something out that's almost as rare as the 17-inch computer itself has been for us this year, and that is the optical drive that's built in. So I would say, and this is a guess, probably less than 10% of the computers that we sell at HSS, certainly that I sell, and I sell the vast majority. HP is by far our biggest brand of computer. Certainly less than 10% of the computers I sell have optical drives on them. And it's really important. I mean, when it's time to burn movies, when it's time to burn music, when it's time to burn data, I know not to belabor it, we have a Bose show coming up here, or a Bose product, and one of the Bose products we sold out of earlier today takes a CD. So I've been burning music this week. If I hadn't had this computer, I would have had to go get a USB optical drive or a USB compatible optical drive to plug in. And it's just a pain. It's another step. This has everything you need. It has high definition webcam built in, ready to go. Check. Full keyboard with a numeric keypad. Let me just show you that here a little more clearly. Full keyboard with the numeric keypad built in. Check. Oh, wait, did you say backlit keyboard? Is that what you, yeah, there's backlit keyboard as well. So check it out. You press F5 and the keyboard, did you see how bright that is too? Check it out. Press F5 one time, the angel sang. All of a sudden the keyboard just turned on. And that's important because we don't always want to sit in studio lighting. I mean, I'll tell you all the truth. The first thing I do when the shows are over is I turn all the lights in this house down, and in order to see the keyboard when you're lying in bed at night, or when you have a little bit more peaceful atmosphere, maybe on planes, trains, and automobiles, maybe in a classroom, being able to press F5 lights the keyboard so you can always see it even when you're not in a well-lit situation. So in short, Shannon, anyone who wants a computer that is easier to see, that is easier to use, that is easier on the wallet, and that is absolutely dependable with literally the biggest brands, the #1 computer brand in America, the #1 processor brand in the world, and then of course the #1 operating system, Windows 10. This is, Shannon term here, a winner chicken dinner.
It is indeed.
Stole it from the best.
It is winner chicken dinner indeed. And that's just it, especially when we talk about the 17-inch screen, whether it is for streaming or Skyping or Zooming or doing any of your design studio or space from any of your Cricut machines or your Gemini machines. Bigger is better. But as Aaron knows, normally to step into that 17-inch threshold, you are looking at, in fact, you know what, now here's what's interesting about this one, because it's the first time that we're doing this on the air. Normally we have a retail comparison on most of our computers. On this one, we ironically do not, which is a little unfortunate, only in as much as that backlit keyboard function that Aaron was just demonstrating, normally that feature and function is only on computers over $1,000, and we're getting that directly from our buyers' information. So if you use that as a baseline of measurement, that would be, take that into consideration on a 15-inch screen. So bear in mind, the price that you're seeing right now is normally, and Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, normally what we would see on a 15-inch laptop with these features. Yeah. And certainly, yes. 15 inch is the most popular screen size when it comes to laptops in America, and HP is the #1 brand. But bear in mind, and that's why I keep saying 17-inch, 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 because the price that you're looking at is what, yes, we would do for a 15-inch, #1 screen size in America. So the fact that you're getting all these features, I know there's not a retail value, but just as a baseline measurement, the backlit keyboard function alone, and this is taken directly from our buying team, is typically only available on computers that start at $1,000 or more, and that baseline is measured on a 15-inch laptop. Bigger, better, brighter, fast charge too, by the way. So Aaron knows, well, we are both patience impaired, so I'm preaching to the choir there.
That's the truth.
I mean,
Yes.
seriously, it's like, is it charged?
shame.
How about now? How about now? How about now?
Already? I wanted to charge yesterday. Why don't we start charging today?
I know. It's so, what does, oh my gosh. It's been so long that I've been to the nail shop. I'm trying to remember what my nail girl B even said. Oh, you know what she calls me? And she doesn't, chop, chop. You know, because, not because I go like this or snap my fingers, but she knows how fidgety I am. Because I can't sit still for a pedicure. Now I haven't had one, but she knows, she's like, oh, chop, chop. And it's not, because I don't say that to her. She's saying it as a joke because I'm always so, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go.
Shannon, I always tell them, oh, no massage. You don't have to massage anything. I want to get it done, and I can't sit in that daggone chair any longer. People think I'm crazy. They say it's supposed to be relaxing. Relaxing, we gotta go. What's next?
Exactly. See?
So for the patients impaired out there, honest to goodness, I'm like, no massage. It's very kind of you. No massage necessary. For the patients impaired out there, for those who don't like the weight on their computer, like Shannon, your computer should be ready when maybe you can tell by the way I talk. You know, I want things to move along. I don't want to wait. Because of the Intel processor, you know, the Intel Celeron processor is built for everyday computing, for work, for play, for everyday video editing and photo editing, great for movies, for everyday gaming, for streaming, for Netflix. That is what it is absolutely designed to do. It's designed to be faster, easier, and better. The computer weighs only 5.4 pounds. So even though you have this huge screen that is in every way a desktop replacement, you know, you would never sit at the screen and think, oh, it's too small to work on all day. Quite the opposite. You know, it really is desktop size. But when you're ready to go, we're kind of, thank God, getting to that time, I think, where we're going to be on the go a little bit more. It weighs 5.4 pounds. It has a battery life of a little over 9 hours. One of the reasons that battery life is so good is because of the solid state drive, which is another technical specification. And I'd love to spend a little bit of time talking about the solid state drive. Shannon, do we need to do an update? Should I launch into solid state? You tell me what's best.
Well, in fact, you know what, Steve, out of curiosity, because again, we did some late breaking program adjustments. Now remember, it does have 12-month VIP financing, making it only $45.83 on your credit card. Out of the colors that we do have, oh, no kidding. Okay, the most limited is the gold, that kind of champagne-y gold, but the most popular is the rose gold. What surprises me about that is that jasmine blue, when we do it, it's funny, at least Aaron, every time I've had well, I shouldn't even say that. Normally when a jasmine blue is a choice, I don't even get to air it with you. So I guess
I'm out of here fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying, in fact, I can't even remember the last time that I had that jasmine blue as a choice available, at least when I've been on the air with Aaron. So anyway you stack it, it was brought in for us. It was saved for this show. It is the 17-inch screen size, or the real estate that we all love. Remember, you're looking at the biggest names when it comes to computing and the biggest screen. So it is much, much harder for us to get the 17-inch laptops into inventory, as you could probably guess. And you still get the fast charge. You still get all the great features. You get Intel inside. You get our 12-month VIP financing. You get free shipping. It's a little over $110 on your credit card. And Aaron, the thing that I like about this is, especially, now it sounds kind of funny to say it this way, the kids just got out of school. So they're like, if my niece Lexi or if Hunter's watching tonight, they're like, don't start talking about, going back to school. I just got out. But we could make, right? But we could make the argument this would be a great back to school computer. Now, the only reason I mention that is I know when it comes to the challenges that we've had with, it's the challenges with shipping and receiving are just real, whether you're watching HSN or not. But I wonder if we're going to have a 17-inch back to school computer. I guess it's just good that we have it now, right?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I wish I could answer it. I don't know for certain. I do know, as you and I discussed, and as I've discussed with everyone who's watching it at the beginning of the show, 17-inch computers have been so hard for us to get. You guys know about the shortages during the pandemic, and I don't mean to belabor it, because I'm sure probably everyone who comes out here honestly talks a little bit about that within their industry, because every industry is facing it. So across the board, we've had difficulty with computers. We have been able to get 14-inch computers in the most. So we've definitely sold the most of those in the last year. And by far the least has been the 17.3-inch. Now, the number one selling size in America is the 15-inch computer. But number one selling and most preferred aren't necessarily the same thing. I think particularly at HSN, you guys like a bigger computer. I do too. I don't want to squint. I don't want to have to grab my reading glasses. I want the font to be as big as it can be. I want the text to be as big as it can be. And did you see what I just did? I just want to show you that again. I just took my fingers on the touchpad. If there's something you can't see clearly, see what you do? You just pinch and zoom. Did you know that you can pinch and zoom on the touchpad? I'll show you that somewhere else here too. Let me just hop into hsn.com and just open up hsn.com here. So now I'm on hsn.com. It's the same thing. Is there something on hsn.com that you can't see clearly? Well, just pinch and zoom. When you pinch and zoom, you can move it exactly where you want it. You can move it left or you can move it right. You can make it larger. You can make it smaller. All that just using the touchpad. Look, there's no such thing as small print anymore. You can probably read that it says new finds. Well, you certainly can read it now, but now you can also read that it says over 100 of them. You probably couldn't read that before. Okay, let me hop into the solid state drive. This is one of the biggest technological advances in my time selling computers, which again at HSN has been about 15 years. The solid state drive is a huge change because it makes your computer lighter, quieter, and faster. But let me back up for just a sec. The other option, other than a solid state drive, is what's called an HDD, a hard disk drive. That's the older technology. It's still available. It's good, but it's not as good as the solid state. With the older hard disk drive technology, there was a solid disk drive, not to be confused with your optical drive. You're still getting an optical drive, so you can play DVDs and CDs, and you can burn movies and music and all of that, full multi-layer optical drive. But the internal storage for the computer, when it was a hard disk drive, it was a moving mechanical piece inside your computer. And the problem with movement inside your computer, movement creates heat. Sorry, movement creates friction. Friction creates heat, and heat is the enemy of electronics. So then we'd put in a fan, and the fan would cool it down, but the fan would take more energy and would create more noise. So you'd have a shorter battery life and a louder computer. That's all gone now. So that's the hard disk drive. And again, those are still available, but what is much preferred, what makes for a lighter, quieter, faster computer is the solid state drive that's in here. We have a little video that we're going to show you right now, the advantages of having a solid state drive. And again, they are that the computer is lighter. This weighs about 5.4 pounds. It's quieter and it's faster. Faster boot up and shut down. Your applications load more quickly. Do you know the battery life on this 17-inch computer is about 9 hours? It's quieter, it's faster boot up. There's no parts to break because there's no moving parts inside. And look at this. The left-hand side of the screen is your solid state drive, which you have here. See how much more quickly it opens applications when you're multitasking. In fact, I'm going to open multiple applications right now to show you. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 applications. In fact, not only am I live streaming HSN, just have to tilt that so I can see a little bit better, but I also have a movie. So there's a movie playing. Let me start it, actually. Must have stopped it at some point. There's a movie playing, right? So I've got a movie that's playing live. I'll hop into, let me just open up all my apps again here, and I'll hop back into, here's the live stream of HSN. This is the little demo that I want you to see in regards to that solid state drive. Normally on a computer, because the drive has to start, and on a hard disk drive computer, it has to start and it has to stop, things take longer. So if you're live streaming like we are here, whether it's Netflix or Hulu or Prime or HSN, hopefully it's HSN a lot. If we close the computer, then you know in order for your live stream to start again, it usually takes a while. This is instant. Now, provided you don't have it set to lock the screen when you open your drive, and that's something that you can just turn off in your features, it's instant on and instant off. Look at that. That's live stream. And you saw, I don't just have the live stream going there. I also have a video playing here. I have hsn.com open. I actually have PowerPoint open. You can go to the Microsoft Store and get the Microsoft Office Suite if you want. I have the Windows Store open. I have Netflix. I've got all of these things open. There's no pausing or waiting on the computer. Shannon, we can certainly thank the Intel processor, but we also have to thank the solid state drive for making that possible. In a couple minutes, I'll also tell you the last thing we have to thank, which is our 8 gigs of RAM. It's the largest RAM I've seen on a computer like this. better for internet speed, and certainly better for multitasking as well.
Well, and especially in this price range. And so just to kind of give you the broad strokes again, HP is our #1 brand here at HSN globally, and they are also the #1 name in laptop computers in America. When they create computer opportunities for HSN, they actually do them just for HSN, meaning it's not like, okay, they created a computer and you'll find it at the Bullseye, you'll find it at the Double store, Big W store, the Buy store, and then everybody's gonna have different prices, but it's the same computer. That is not what they do here. And in fact, that's one of the reasons you do not see a retail value on that graphic, because this was created for us. But that being said, in retail, the average ballpark or the average baseline for a 15-inch laptop with a backlit keyboard is $1,000, and we're getting that from our buyers. That's a buyer's threshold of information. So if you use that as your baseline, you have to understand 17-inch laptops are a lot harder to come by. So if you just factored in #1 name in laptops, #1 name when it comes to processors, backlit keyboard, that much more efficient, quiet, cooler running, SSD laptop. So that solid state drive is really what people look for now. There is no restocking fee, so you could try it as you buy it. 5 flex pays means we zip the laptop out to you. It's not like a layaway plan, so you could do that 1 interest-free payment of $110. You could use PayPal, you could use debit card, Apple Pay, whatever it might be. You could also do 12 months VIP financing if you have an HSN card, but then you could also apply and buy. And then you just pick your color of choice. Interestingly enough, and maybe it's because I mentioned it, I don't get to air the jasmine blue with Aaron ever, because I'm usually here during the later hours of the day. We have jasmine blue, which is kind of a surprise for me, just because, like I said, jasmine blue always sells out quickly. The rose gold has been the most popular, and then I think the most limited is actually the gold. So actually, you know what? Okay, so the jasmine blue has a little bit of a variegated color to it, if that makes sense. So it has a little bit of a variegated color into it. Maybe that's one of the reasons the jasmine blue always sells out a little bit faster when we do have jasmine blue available. Also great for Father's Day if you are thinking getting Dad a computer for Father's Day. So we're gonna cut Aaron loose for a moment so he can get ready for the Bose that I am so excited about. I can't even tell you how jazzed I am about that brand new Bose speaker system that my professional musician and friend Aaron Berger is gonna talk about. And if you are looking for a great laptop in the bigger real estate and the bigger screen size with all of the upgrades, then I hope you consider this one. I'm happy that we got to launch it tonight, because normally when we have a 17-inch laptop into inventory, because I do work at the end of the day, I don't ordinarily get a chance to even talk about it. So it's nice for me to have it for you with all of the bells and whistles, that bigger real estate, the great price adjustment, the 5 flex pay, and the free shipping. Just get it at home. And one quick thing, especially if you're new to here to HSN, FlexPay are not only interest-free payments, but you can send it back if you don't like it. It still does fall under our 30-day return policy. So saying, oh, I can't commit to a computer right now, you could literally, as I like to say, try it as you buy it with those FlexPays and get it at home. And then if for whatever reason you decide it's not your cup of tea, you could easily send it back without any kind of restocking fee.